Well, this week, the College of Charleston School of Business is marking a milestone, the 10th annual German-American Business Summit. Well, Dean Paul Schwager joins us to talk about why German-American business matters here in the Lowcountry and how CofC is building career pathways, making this a decades-long endeavor. Happy to have you with us. You did tell me the proper name to say your name is Schwager. So
Schwager is in German and Schwager is American.
Schwager is American, Schwager is German. The German presence here in South Carolina is quite significant.
It is significant. It's about 13% of our imports and exports.
Yeah, to the tune of how much money is generated based on that alliance?
It's about 270 companies, about 45,000 employees, so the economic impact is huge.
Yeah, it really truly is. A lot of people here don't even quite realize it. You see some of those names, written on the sides of the buildings, and you don't quite think, oh yes, that of course came from Germany.
Right.
And here it is right in our own backyard, providing jobs and other enormous economic impact. So marking the 10th year of this summit, why is this so important for CofC and the people at large?
I think it really speaks to the value of CofC, and it really fits with where we're going with technology and people skills and human skills. Mm-hmm. And so it combines, it's a collaboration between the Department of German Studies, mm-hmm. the School of Business, and the School of Languages, Cultures, and World Affairs. Yeah. And so it really is that combination of technical skills as well as human skills. Mm-hmm. And in the age of AI, that combination becomes so much more important.
Right, so you're not just dealing with the company and the business at hand, it's also a cultural thing.
That's right.
So it's language.
It's language, and to your point, it's culture. I mean, we're all raised differently. If you just think of the difference in the culture between the Lowcountry and the Upstate.
Yeah.
I spent multiple years in Florida, and Florida's actually got 5 or 6 different cultures. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And so the more we can be culturally affluent and understand how other people are thinking, what other people's priorities are, and the more we can have those conversations, and that's why the summit is so important, because it is very much a conversation.
Right, exactly. So how exactly does it foster that communication?
Well, it starts first with a networking event where the students can network and a little bit of a job fair. So they'll learn about internships and opportunities with the German companies. And then we'll have a time where it'll be networking, and so people will have those conversations, and then we'll have 2 panels where we'll discuss ongoing issues. One being where some of our alumni are now, mm-hmm. working with German firms and how they're making an impact across the globe. And then the second one is looking at agility and how are we agile in the age of AI and what's going on right now in industry.
And how much time would you say that it took for South Carolina to expand so drastically with the alliance of Germany and German partnersps?
I don't know that anybody's actually documented, because it's just sort of been a natural outgrowth.
Okay.
I mean, if you look at our partnerships here in the Lowcountry, I mean, Mercedes-Benz Vans has been here for decades. Mm-hmm. Bosch has been here for decades. Mm-hmm. You've got newer firms like Manchevitz who are just really stepping up. And so it's just sort of back in our culture, and we've just sort of taken it for granted. And so this brings it, it highlights it.
Well, I just came across a couple of statistics here. So Germany is South Carolina's largest export partner.
It is.
So it is the largest, with roughly $13 billion in trade, just 2024 alone. That's huge.
It is huge.
I mean, it really puts South Carolina on the map when you think about it.
And when you think about 45,000 jobs.
Right.
That's a driver for our economy.
Why do you think South Carolina was chosen, or did South Carolina choose to do business with Germany?
I think part of it was strategic, and I think our port is a natural part of that.
Okay.
And so it's a way for us to get goods in and out at reasonable prices, and then the arteries that we have from the port with our supply chain really makes it a natural.
And tell us about the recent joint declaration by Governor McMaster. Tell us more about this.
Right. So we're the first group to put together a joint declaration of intent, and here we're focusing on energy resiliency, mobility technologies, and sustainability of the life sciences. Mm-hmm. And so it really takes South Carolina into the current age.
Yeah.
We're not talking 1990s anymore. We're talking 2000s and beyond. And all of those they're going to be industries that are going to drive our economy for decades to come.
Sure. And how does CofC play that significant role in creating new generations of leadership?
I think that's a great question, because if you think about it, it's both the technology side of things and the skills, but it's also the cultural and the the human side of things. And so we play a real big part because we've got excellent STEM programs. What I like to tell people, and being the dean of the School of Business, everybody thinks, well, you're just business, business, business. But I think what separates the College of Charleston is that we've got strong professional programs and strong what would be traditionally be called liberal arts programs. And so our students come out well-rounded. And so they're not just able to articulate financial formulas, but they're able to work with people. They're able to collaborate across the globe. They're able to understand people. And to me, that's really what is going to set the states that do really well in the future apart from those that are just producing goods.
It's what makes you competitive.
It does.
And we're dealing in a more competitive world every single day. So looking ahead at the summit, so this is happening on February 18th. This is a Wednesday, and this is not just for students.
It's not just for students. There'll be about 200 students there, but then there'll be about 10 to 15 companies represented who will be talking about what they're doing, and then there'll be about 150 people from the community, from industry.
Now, if you could prognosticate, what do the next 10 years look like?
Oh, I think the next 10 years, for the Lowcountry, for the College of Charleston, for the German American Business Summit, the sky's the limit. I mean, we've just got so many good things. As I tell people, the word that I think about when I think about it, Charleston, is the word opportunity.
Yeah, wonderful. Paul, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Great note to end on. We'll be back after this.